What's good, everybody? Gamer Critic here with another Why I'm Buying, and today we are talking about the next big PlayStation game, and more importantly, the next big PlayStation game that people actually care about. I don't count Concord, because really, who gave a crap about that? Let's be honest, okay? But I am, of course, talking about Astro Bot. So Astro Bot is a 3D platformer being created by Team Asobi. It releases on September 6, 2004, and is exclusive for the PlayStation 5. This is going to be kind of a short one. I really don't have too much I want to say about Astro Bot because really, I don't think there's too much to say. I mean, when I make these Why I'm Buyings, I kind of like to go into like deep reasoning why I'm super excited. But frankly, the reason why I'm excited for Astro Bot is as simple as I love platformers. I really love platformers. The main reason you play a platformer is for the express purpose of just having fun. And I miss that because we haven't been getting a whole lot of 3D platformers lately. And no, I don't mean games that have platforming in it, just a pure, straight up 3D platformer. I mean, we've had a few in decent memory, right? We had like It Takes Two, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Psychonauts 2, that was a good one. Oh, freaking Kirby and the Forgotten Land, that was a great one. But long story short, I have been itching for a quality platformer, particularly a quality 3D platformer, and I just think Astro Bot is going to deliver on exactly what I'm looking for. It really just looks like a game whose express purpose is geared towards making you smile. The people at Team Asobi made it very clear that Astro Bot is going to be an absolute looker. But then again, did that really have to be said? You can look at the trailers and just see that this game looks freaking incredible. The worlds of Astro Bot look vibrant and oh so colorful. And the fact that we have 6 of these different worlds, well, technically galaxies, that's what the game calls them, all with their own distinct visual style, is really just gonna make looking at this game an absolute blast. Like, we're gonna go to lush forests, sandy beaches, we are gonna go all over the place. And at the very least, Astro Bot is definitely not going to be boring to look at. But okay, visuals are just one thing. Of course, being a 3D platformer, it needs to play well. And honestly, if you didn't even show me the trailers of Astro Bot, I would have been like convinced that it was already gonna play great. It already played fantastically in Astro's Playroom. Astro's Playroom, for what was essentially a launch game pre-downloaded title, played great. Not only was it just, again, fun to play because of all the unique abilities, but it took advantage of the DualSense, which honestly, to this day, I really don't think many PlayStation 5 games have done properly. But it looks like Astro Bot is going to do that because just like Playroom, Astro Bot is going to utilize the DualSense. We're going to get haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. So yes, like other games, we're going to feel the jumping, the landing, and specific abilities, and etc. But that also means that we could get the in-depth feelings like we did in Astro's Playroom. Like we could feel the controller vibrate in different settings if you're walking through grass or sand or rock. I don't know about you, but that was one of the coolest features in Astro's Playroom, and I just really hope that we get to see it return here. And if it didn't make it any better, in those 6 galaxies, we are going to have over 80 levels. And each level is going to be packed with secrets, collectibles, hidden paths, all the good stuff that comes with any quality 3D platformer. You got puzzle pieces that allow you to reveal part of a larger image. You got Astro coins that allow you to unlock new content. You got the artifacts, 3D models of past PlayStation memorabilia, including consoles. Essentially, it's a bunch of collectibles that are going to add a lot of great incentive to explore every corner of this game's world, and that's exciting. So per any halfway decent 3D platformer, the abilities that we seem to be getting in Astro Bot do look pretty damn fun. The Barkster that allows Astro to perform a bunch of powerful air dashes and smash through objects, and then the frickin' giant sponge which soaks up water, grows in size, and turns Astro into a massive wrecking ball. All of these abilities just look fun and creative. And I, for one, am particularly excited to use these skills when we have to fight the boss fights. The boss fights that we've seen in the trailer, although I think we've only seen one or two, do look cool. And assuming the bosses are just more than visually impressive, then we can count on the boss battles to require us to use Astro's abilities in creative ways to defeat them. It's just like I was saying, man, Astro Bot just looks like the makings of a quality 3D platformer. Creative abilities, cool boss battles, absolutely gorgeous visuals. And this game is going to take full advantage of the PlayStation 5 controller, and then you still get all the totally great references to PlayStation's history. Because let's not forget, Astro Bot is essentially a tribute to the entirety of the PlayStation legacy. Shoot, we saw bots dressed as Nathan Drake, Aloy, Kratos, Atreus. I'm pretty sure I saw one for the guy in Shadow of the Colossus, and these are just the ones that we saw in the trailers. Goodness knows that PlayStation has a long history, and there's a strong chance we could be seeing a lot of it here. It just looks like this is going to be the love letter game for anyone that has or has ever owned a PlayStation, or anyone who even likes PlayStation. And as someone who does obviously like PlayStation and a lot of PlayStation games, all the little Easter eggs and references is just the cherry on top of the frosting on top of the delicious cake that Astro Bot is providing. Astro Bot doesn't look like a necessarily super crazy game. It doesn't look like it's changing up the mold. But what it does look like is Astro Bot is just going to be a fun, creative, and colorful 3D platformer with a lot of nods to a lot of my personal favorite games. And just on that stance alone, I can eagerly say that Astro Bot is going to be a day one buy, and I cannot wait to pick it up on September 6, 2024. And that's why I'm buying Astro Bot. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, this one I didn't really have too much I had to say. I just think Astro Bot looks really freaking good. Next video, I'm planning on making that my Still Wakes the Deep review. I honestly haven't started that one, so that one might be a minute. I'll keep you posted on it. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps a ton. If you want to keep up to date with what I'm playing, be sure to follow me on Instagram. That's @TheGamerCritic. Be good people, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, peace.